It's time now for the Giant Sports Talk Live Morning Report.
I almost slept in. There I am, and there's Lou. We have got the Morning Report. It is Wednesday, hump day. Hump day. Probably downhill from here with the pitching matchup, Lou. That's what they say. It's downhill from Wednesday. Glenn and Big Lou in to talk a little baseball after a 3-1 Giants home field victory last night. A terrific 8-inning, 2-hit performance from Robbie Ray. We'll talk about that. Story of the day was the press conference, or kind of amateur hour effort at one in a dugout somewhere down, at the Oracle Park. It was more like this.
Ready? Fire it. Here we go.
Oh, ha! Lord have mercy.
Okay.
She failed. Ha-ha!
Ruby, you all right?
Get her up. Get her up.
Yeah, there you go, Lou. That reminds me of the press conference that took place yesterday. And again, I use that term press conference in very loose fashion. Let's get to the ball game first. 3-1 victory, Lou. I mentioned off the top, great 2-hit performance from Robbie Ray. His trade value couldn't be any higher as right now. Get him on a plane somewhere. Yeah, let's get some young talent in here.
Got to do it now before either he blows up or he gets injured. Pitchers are very fragile. He was in full command last night. I was there. I saw it, and he survived. Tell you the truth, the biggest part of the game, probably one of the best Giants all season, Mr. Lee, took himself out. And again, I think it was the first time I've ever seen him he tried to stay in, but it was just too painful, and now he's day to day. So I think it'll be interesting to see if he's in the lineup tonight. But a huge, huge loss if he does need, say 3 or 4 games off, because this team, you can only have Casey do so much. You can only have Lewis Arias do so much, because a lot of these other guys just aren't doing much. I mean, Eldridge had a bad night last night. He'll be there, but, Chapman was 1 for 4 with 3 Ks. A lot of strikeouts last night. I know the Giants won, but, when you look at it and a team strikes out 11 times, and it wasn't like they were going against an ace, but you strike out 11 times, there's problems. So, losing your best hitter, who, again, had a just, let me tell you, Glenn, it was probably the farthest ball I've seen in probably 5 years.
It was a 414-footer.
It was unbelievable.
It was Jung-Hoo Lee's longest home run of his career, Lou, at 414 feet, going back to Nippon. So that was a big bomb from him. Maybe he was giving Devers a few. Now, here's how it's done, because I haven't seen many of those lately from him, the guy who should be providing them. Lee is just a spark plug, man. He's getting it all done. He's been doing that for over a month now. Consistent, steady ball. I can say the same thing about a guy who now has a pair of hits in 7 straight games. He must be eating the Wheaties, man. And that is Casey Schmidt.
Got to give him full compliments. I mean, and the thing is, it's not like, it's, first of all, it's hard enough to hit in that many games, but to do multiple hits, the concentration, he played, left field. And then because of the Luis Arias injury too, where he left, they had to make a whole change. But, just constant professional. And to tell you the truth, and I know it's still a whole half season, but probably Willie Mack Award winners. You haven't had that in a while, but you got to give them both credit for just having solid seasons from day one through now.
We lost a pair of players last night, Lou. Both are going to be under some close scrutiny as far as whether they get back into the lineup. Do you keep them sitting out? That is Arias. Lee, you mentioned both. I know I'm going to take some heat for saying this, Lou, but you cannot enter games in Major League Baseball with, what will happen tonight? You'll have Cox in the lineup, perhaps leading off. But these are not everyday Major League Baseball players. I mean, we already have Drew Gilbert out there every day. I say he shouldn't be an everyday outfielder. He's getting too many at-bats. Some of the veteran broadcasters are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
So, Lou, the fact we've gotten this far and been so bad with a predominantly healthy lineup really tells you how bad we really are, Lou.
Agree. And, tonight, we're going to talk more about it because it is a night game tonight.
Mhm.
The A's are throwing a lefty, sort of a young stud who his last 2 road games have been incredible at Chicago and Houston. This guy, and you know how it is, the Giants. The biggest problem is the Giants have 2 things against them: a lefty and someone they've never seen before. It's like a double whammy. So it's going to be a real tough game tonight for the Giants.
Giants hit 3 runs on 9 hits. Only able to muster up 3 hits for Sacramento A's last night. Lou only put the 1 run on the board. But again, entering today's rare Wednesday evening game. I don't remember too many evening games on a Wednesday. It's usually like a getaway day, or it leads you into a getaway day for those other teams. It's just weird, Lou. A Wednesday game, and it's not at like 105. Dude, I'm not going to be there, but it doesn't matter. I'll be watching on TV as we get ready for some evening Giants baseball. Let's take a look at what else is going on. Before we do that, Lou, take it away.
No, what I was going to say is I'm glad you're not there tonight, because tonight is Irish Heritage Night. They'll be drinking, they'll be consuming a few, you know what, and it should get a little crazy, especially in the outfield all around. So I want to bring that up, Irish Heritage Night.
Lou, I don't want to get caught up in more Giant scandal about, what specific days. It's Irish Heritage. Lou, if anyone should be there on Irish Heritage Day, it should be the entire cast of characters from Giant Sports Talk Live.
There you go.
What do you think?
I love it.
All right, we should have been there front row on an Irish. That Shamrocks come out more often than not. All right, Major League Baseball today, guys, on a midweek Wednesday, like Lou says. It's going to be a night game, so we'll get into it in just a second. Let's pull up to the Wednesday action. Make sure you can all see it. There we go. Texas is at Miami in an early game. This is good. It is going to be a getaway day for a lot of teams. I see 1, 2, 3, about 5 or 6 games there where we're going to be able to catch some baseball before the Giants even get on the field for the batting practice today. Texas at Miami at 11. Jacob deGrom and Yuri Perez. You got Chicago up against New York. Nolan McLean and Chicago, not quite sure, even at this early morning hour, who they're going to throw on the hill against that hapless.
Yeah, that's because it's a day-night doubleheader. It's a makeup from an earlier rain out. So,
okay, we got Cleveland at Chicago on the they call it the South Side of Chicago. I've been over there, and now Lou, I know why they call it the South Side of Chicago, and it's the baddest part of town. Have you ever gone to a game over at the White Sox?
I have.
It's a little shady over there.
It is very shady.
BB up against Fetty in that game. Boston and Colorado. I'm always keeping my eye on Colorado because we're only, I believe, a game up on them, or maybe 2 now. Suarez, Friedland. Baltimore and LA mid-afternoon game. Trey Gibson. Who the hell is Trey Gibson, Lou? Up against Jose Soriano. I don't even know who Trey Gibson is. Any idea?
Never heard of him.
All right, I'm not alone. Always a good day for baseball in Kansas City. Only problem is nobody's going to be there to watch the game because it's in Tampa as the Royals play the Rays. Cameron and Jax in that one. You're getting into the early evening games there, Lou. Talk about a great pitcher that might be hitting the trade block, Tarek Skubal. He's going to be pitching for the hometown Tigers up against the New York Yankees. I'm going to mention Skubal at the back end of our show this morning. Has to do with Ray. We'll talk about it coming up. Seattle at Pittsburgh. You've got Wu and Ashcroft. Philly and Washington. A lot of these don't mean much to me. I don't know about you, Lou. Houston, Toronto. You got the back end of the doubleheader, the Cubs and the Mets. Milwaukee, Cincy. Dodgers, first team to hit 50 wins already, Lou. They're up against Minnesota. Look who's pitching. Shohei Ohtani up against Joe Ryan. That might be a good game. Arizona, St. Louis, Atlanta, San Diego. And, of course, Lou, we've got our A's up against the San Francisco Giants. I am a little underwhelmed at this game simply because fresh off vacation, Tyler Mahle, I don't know if they sent him to Club Med or like a mental institution, man. He's got to get his head in the game. 1-7. He's got a 6+ ERA. Gage Jump, on the other hand, he's playing like a real nice young prospect.
This guy, like we talked about, is a lefty, explosive stuff. And this is what a great prospect does. He gets a chance, he proves himself, and you can't take him out of the starting rotation. This kid's legit. I think he was the second-round pick. They couldn't keep him in the minors because he was so good. And again, Giants, when they go against someone, especially being a lefty who they've never seen before, seems like the Giants are lost for 4 or 5 innings. It's sort of amazing. And you're not going to keep holding the A's down. I know last night, the A's only had the 3 hits. They scored an unearned run, but this team can hit, and now they're getting their wish. Tyler Mahle going up saying, hit me, and let's just see how far the balls go.
Another fun fact you mentioned on our broadcast last night, Giant Sports Talk Live. And folks, you can join us every night right here, wherever you're finding us, usually on YouTube, most of you. We're on right after the game, final pitch. We talk Giants baseball. We'll be doing the same after this one. Jump Mahle. You mentioned it earlier, Lou, last night. Gage Jump's a lefty who the Giants haven't seen before. It's going to take the Giants. I think they're going to have a tough time against this kid. And Lou, look at the stat line from Vegas. The A's are the favorite. So I'm going to take the A's. Well, I'm not going to do it yet. Usually we do that at the end of the show. Lou, they're handing it to you on a silver platter. If anybody doesn't know what I'm going to take here. You got Jump and Mahle. That is a rare evening game. It's an 8:45 start for me, Lou. So it's going to be a late night here. 6:45 start over at Oracle Park. I mentioned briefly there that you got Tariq Skubal facing the Yankees today, Lou. He's a guy I think it might be, and there's a lot of chatter already that he's going to be moved at or before the deadline. Don't you think that should put extra pressure on a guy like Buster Posey, who's come under some scrutiny already, Lou? I don't have to go there. But there should be some added pressure. Move a guy like Ray right now, Lou, before there's any competition. We're seeing some good outings at a Ray. His value is up. This is the time to move him today. Today by noon. Just move him today, Lou.
Yeah, you have to because, again, Scubal's the Godzilla that everyone's after, but you also, Sandy Alcantara from Florida is having a good year. I think you got to make a move now because you possibly are going to be shut out. If the Giants wait, and I know Eric's a big fan waiting to it, Scubal might be a last-second deal. There might be teams that we're not even talking about beside the Dodgers going for it, And if the Giants, here's a chance. And again, the Giants, except for last year, have been horrible at the trade deadline. They should notice in the last 8 years, they've been one of the worst teams. We have guys that we know Ray's not coming back, so you got to trade him. And what's wrong with trading them now? You get prospects that maybe will be good for the end of the season. I don't understand it because you're going to have so many other teams saying, you know what, Ray's good, but we're going to try to get Skubal, and there's going to be a monopoly on him. And then if not, you got Sandy. I mean, Ray's probably the 5th best pitcher out there. You got to trade him while you can't, and he's never been hotter. Knowing the Giants' luck is they're going to say we're going to wait, and then knock on wood, watch what happens. Ray either gets blown up the next start or he has a problem and he goes on the DL, and then you're not going to get a box of rocks for him. Never
you guys
been bigger,
get the DL, Lou.
do it now. Yep.
You guys, last night we saw a rise. He got taken out of the game. He got fouled a ball off his foot. And then you had Jung-Hoo Lee took himself out of the game after a 414-foot bomb out to center field, one of the longest I've seen in a long, long time. So we lost a couple there. We can't afford injuries, Lou, to begin with. And I dare say I never want to see a player get injured. But when you get a guy you want to deal him, you can't afford to. I mean, his value just goes down.
Yeah, and that's got Giants written all over it. You know what I mean? It's just the way the Giants' luck has been all year.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point, too, with maybe a guy like Skubal. That could go down. That could be like a heritage auction, Sotheby's auction, Lou. It's going right down to the wire. Then you're going to have teams saying, geez, maybe I should have pulled the trigger earlier and gotten a guy like Ray on trade deadline day. And things are going to be all out of sorts. And maybe you don't get what you could possibly get now for him, Lou. And I think a prime Yankees maybe are on the list for me. I think the Yankees, maybe the Cubs would be on the list for me, Lou. And I think the number one team that should be after a Ray is the Atlanta Braves. They're that close. I think their pitching could use a real boost there. They've got everything else.
Yeah. No, Atlanta is a great point. Two starters back on the DL.
Mm.
You know, they're missing that thing. And then
that's why you take advantage of this, Lou. Talk about a silver platter, a team who needs pitching, Lou. Hey, but I'd be on the phone. Hey, here's what I'd be working it. I'd be working the magic, the charisma, Lou. Buster calls and he'll say, "Hi, we've got a couple of pitchers. Maybe you want to talk to me." And yesterday in his press conference, he adamantly said, "I'm not trading Logan Webb." I think it might have been an underlying, he's a buddy of mine. I can't trade him. But anyway, so Ray will be gone. Let's do that today. All right, Lou, as usual, when you and I do the show on our own, I like to take a quick time out, remind the folks about our sponsors, come back, and we will take a look at today's Tale of the Tape again, and we'll find out, well, who Glenn and Lou think will win tonight's game. The morning show and our evening Giant Sports Talk Lives. Who are they brought to you by, Lou?
Tommy's Mexican Restaurant, home of the famous Tommy Margarita.
Attaboy. There you go. They're at 5929 Gary Street. Drop by and tell them that Lou, Glenn, Eric, and everybody at Giants Sports Talk Live sent you. They're big sponsors of the show. So I think they'll know who they're talking about, Lou.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, lefties. Lou, I checked the calendar. It's July 19th. Caitlin Chen of the Golden State Valkyries will be in attendance over there at Lefties, a meet and greet. You can buy your tickets to get an autograph and a photo with her. I've already got mine, Lou. I'm going to be there wearing my Valkyries colors. I had them on last night on the show. I'll be there, and you can say hi to me. But most people will be there to see Caitlin. Duxwell Printing, bettercreditcards.com, and we actually sponsored those little guys down there in the corner. Signatures for Soldiers. Might be a small little logo. Big in stature, Lou. Do a lot for the post-military community. We're glad to give them their sponsorship on the show, on the house. They're on there because we love supporting them. All right, Lou. I mentioned it's on a silver platter, so today I'm not giving you first shot at it. So people don't think that Glenn just follows in the footsteps of the almighty betting guru, Lou Marsden. I have got an over-under there of 8, and the A's are the favorite. So I'm taking the A's and the over on a Wednesday game.
Now, I personally think the A's are going to come back. I personally am going to take the A's run line, which is plus 160. So the A's, that means when the game starts, the Giants lead 1.5 to nothing. But I have no faith in our starting pitcher. Especially, when was the last time the Giants had a pitcher go 8 innings and the next game another guy went 8? It's not Webb. It's a gentleman, with one big win. And to tell you the truth, I think the Giants, if I remember right, in his starts haven't won since April. So I'm going to go the logical way. I'm going to be betting the A's on the run line. Minus 1.5 plus 160. So I'm thinking about 6-2, maybe 6-1. Because it's going to take the Giants a while to actually figure this kid out. So 6-1. Yeah, you got Giants are going to.
You got down. Young Jump. He might be doing jumping jacks after his performance tonight, Lou. Up against Tyler Malley. Like I said, I don't know if he's back from Club Med or anything, but certainly has been a Club Med kind of a season for him. He's 1-7, Lou, a +6 ERA, and if memory serves me correct, I don't have the stats in front of me this morning. It's early morning, and I was working over on the radio side of things since like 5 o'clock a.m. I believe Tyler Mahle has struggled in first innings of ball games, Lou. So just getting out of the first, I always treat him like a bullpen game because he's usually gone in the second or third anyway.
Yeah.
That's how Lou and I are going to take it for tonight. We'll be back after the game. Whether Eric will be with us or not, who the heck knows? But Lou and I will be here. It'll be a late night for me. Lou is going to be all bundled up because another cold day in San Francisco. I'm sure there'll be some fog and dampness in the air tonight. But Lou will be all huddled up around his microphone, ready to talk baseball. And usually if they lose, it gets spirited. So look forward to it, Lou.
I will, Glenn. I look forward to tonight, and let's see if the Giants can sort of surprise us.
And, you know, I want to usher us out of here with something fun today. What can I find in the archives? How about a young Hunter Pence, Lou? We'll see you tonight, pal.
See you.
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.